Van Herps here with Brides, Bumps, and Babies Photography, another segment in my video blog series. Today here with Aimee Palifroni of Prisma Events.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Today we are going to be talking about bridal or wedding shows and tips for you as wedding couples, how to maximize your experience at the shows, how to have some good takeaways, and you're spending some time and money there, so why not get something out of it that you're going to put in to maximize your big day. So I'll just kind of kick it to Aimee and talk about a few things that you think will help folks out.
Yeah, absolutely. The first thing is that there's different types of bridal shows. There's really two different kind of categories. The first is going to be kind of the bigger national shows, which are mostly held at local convention centers. And then you're going to have the smaller venue-sponsored shows, which are great if you are a couple that's either already booked at a specific venue or interested in a venue, to go to those smaller shows where you can kind of see it dressed up. And most of the time the vendors that are there are off of their preferred list. So you're meeting people who are already familiar with that venue, they know how to work there, and they probably all work together a lot, which is going to make for a really fun, seamless event in the end.
Or dream teams, as we
like
to say.
Dream team.
Yeah. So what else?
There's a lot of great tips I can give you just as being at shows. I've been to hundreds of shows on both sides, going and looking and meeting new vendors and also having a booth myself. So the first thing I would say is pre-register. Find out which show you want to go to and sign up for it ahead of time. That way you're going to get kept in the loop on the information, maybe some pre-event coupons, discounts, things like that. But get on those lists and pre-register because it's going to help you in the end.
It might save you $5-10 on the price to get into.
Yeah, that can help too. Some shows have a price associated to them. Some of them are free. It's just going to kind of depend on the show itself. But do your research. Go online, look at the show website. If there's a vendor list on there, then look at those vendors, kind of pre-vet them before you go to the show. Find out who you want to talk to, who you might be interested in getting to know. But be prepared to walk away with appointments, not contracts. I think that's an important thing because you want to take that time to get to know those vendors. So go and meet them and try to set up an appointment to follow up with them afterwards.
I'm always amazed the times I've been at wedding shows and people walk away and sign. I'm like, you just met for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I'd rather have a coffee or a beer or spend some time with somebody because there's so many people coming in. It's like, hey, it looks like we're hitting it off. It's been 3 minutes, 7 minutes. There's 17 people in line, to be fair.
Yeah.
So could I get your information and let's meet up and really dive in.
Absolutely. And I also tell people, don't judge. You walk through, there's a lot of different people to talk to, but you may come across something you didn't know that you needed or even wanted. So don't prejudge when you're walking by those booths. Take a minute and talk to them and see what they've got and how they can help you.
And who knows, even though you might not end up hiring, there might be a neat little idea that you can kind of steal away, or who knows? You just never
something
know.
You can use down the road. I think people get so focused on the wedding word that they forget a lot of us do social events or, maternity or baby showers, those vendors are doing other things too. So you may come across something that's like, hey, this is maybe not something I want for my wedding, but that would be awesome for my dad's 50th birthday. Something like that.
So we know we're all busy and a lot of these are on weekends, but if it's a 3-4 hour show, it doesn't mean you have to be there for 4 hours, but give yourself, it depends on the size of the show. If there's 300 vendors versus 60 vendors, but again, do your research, see how many vendors there are, and give yourself the allotted amount of time. And if you really only have an hour, okay, great, but that's when you do your research of, I think I'm interested in those 7 vendors, so make sure you at least see those.
Yeah, and if you do and you go and you connect with them, then ask that vendor who else is at this show that I should go and see. Ask their opinion because going back to the dream team, we do all have vendors that we love to work with and we have fun at events. So if you're at a show and you fall in love with a photographer, they may send you to their favorite planner or their favorite florist. It's great to ask those questions.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else? Maybe when they're at the actual event.
Yeah, obviously wear comfortable clothes and shoes because it's a lot of walking. And I tell people, eat some breakfast or a good lunch before you go. Bring some water with you. There's usually snacks. If you're at an event that has caterers there, they definitely want you to sample some things.
But don't rely on it.
But don't rely on it. Yeah. Be prepared. Another thing to kind of get people through quicker, pretty much every vendor that you talk to, they're going to want you to fill out something for a giveaway or a contact sheet or something they can follow up with you with. So here's one of my my little things that I love to have clients do ahead of time is make a label. Go to Office Depot, get a pack of Avery labels and have some labels printed. You want to have your name, your phone number, your email, your wedding date if you know, your venue if you know, and how many guests you're expecting.
Yeah. Or as much as you know.
Yeah, that's a good amount of information that most vendors are going to ask you for. So when you walk up, you can just peel off a label and stick it on their form. And
they'll be able to read it, because I know when I made the mistake of having them fill it out, I can't read your handwriting, and then I miss the opportunity.
Yeah, and your email's going to bounce or whatever. But that's a great little tidbit to help you get through those things a lot faster.
And it's faster, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Another thing to kind of coincide with that is I tell couples, create another free email. Create another email address that's wedding specific, Aimee and Josh's wedding at Gmail, because then you can funnel all of those things into one area. Obviously, most people are working full time, so planning a wedding in itself is going to be overwhelming while you're still living your life every day.
So that's a pretty good reason to hire a wedding planner, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thanks, Brad. Just go create another free email address and then funnel all that stuff to one spot and keep all your wedding emails in one spot, and that'll help you keep organized overall, not just for attending a show.
I love that. Cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Go as a couple. It's not just for the bride, it's not just for the groom, it's for every couple to go to. So go and make those decisions together. Make a day out of it and go meet the vendors together, have those connections, and make those choices together for your big day. It's not just a one-sided thing.
I've seen it be fairly one-sided or with their friends, which can be fun for their girlfriends and maids of honors and so forth, but yeah, I would think bringing your fiance would be great, because you want to see that beginning interaction as well with potential key vendors.
Absolutely. And to tie into that as well, I don't think it's necessary to bring your entire entourage.
Yeah, it can be.
Try to keep it limited, because these shows get really crowded. If you have a great photographer with all these beautiful photos up in your booth, a lot of people are going to want to talk to you. So having 5 extra people with you, they're going to get bored. It's going to get crowded. You're not really going to get to connect with those vendors, as much as you would if you were just you as a couple. And if you can, try to avoid bringing kids. I know that's not always an option, but it just gets crowded, and a lot of times you're just in a small space. So
you want to be thorough but efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring a big bag with you. A lot of times they will give you a gift bag when you walk in, so you're going to get magazines and maybe some coupons and cards and collateral from different vendors, but they don't always offer you something like that. So you're going to be collecting a lot of stuff, so have a big bag to carry it around, or a willing participant to carry it for you.
Because the bag they give you might not be big enough if you're collecting a lot of stuff. So.
Take notes. I think that's another big one. If you met a vendor that you love, have a pad of paper with you or something that you can take some notes down, or take a picture with them. Take a picture, take a selfie with the vendor that you like,
and you can do
take a picture of their booth.
Yeah, take a picture of their booth with them in it. You can do voice notes, as far like, I like this person because X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, absolutely.
The name of his company is X, Y, So
yeah. I think for after the show, the follow-up is a big thing too. especially if you connected with a vendor and you think you really want to work with them. Don't wait for them. Follow up with them. Shoot them an email. Say, hey, it was so nice to meet you on Sunday. I'd love to set up an appointment so we can connect more. But your vendors are going to love that. They're going to love that you took the initiative and remembered them and reached out. And they're probably going to go a little bit extra mile to take care of it.
You're engaged. You're not dating anymore. There's no 2-day rule about calling.
Yeah. Yeah, call them right away.
You don't have to look
Or your
cool.
date might get booked, and then they're not going to be available
Exactly.
anymore, too.
They might get booked.
Yeah.
So, no 2-day rule. So.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask all the questions that you want when you're meeting and talking with a vendor, except how much do you charge? And I have a reasoning for that. A lot of the times it's because we're only getting a few minutes to meet with a client. And a lot of vendors are going to customize a package. So we allow our clients to customize a package to work for them the best way. It's not always cookie cutter. You may want to customize a package for your photography clients. Do they want prints? Do they want albums? Do they want an engagement session?
What about asking just the minimum, like starting at?
Yeah, I think minimums are fine. You obviously don't want to fall in love with the dress that's $10,000 over your budget. So I think asking for a minimum is fine. But you can also ask, do they offer discounts? Prisma events, we offer a military and first responder discount. Just because that's something that's important to me as an owner.
I just did that as well. I know.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to ask. It never hurts to ask. Always ask the question.
But we love to get all the details beyond even how many guests and where the venue is, because we really do want to tailor it. If it's on a Thursday, maybe you can get a little bit better deal than if it's Saturday, June, July, August, September.
Yeah, off season, off days, their venue, how many guests. All those things can come into play when somebody's pricing for you.
Yeah, but get in first with each other.
Yes.
And then work out the deals. Because if they want to work it out within reason, you can work it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah. So, that's pretty much the basics of how to attend a wedding show.
Research.
Yeah.
Be comfortable. Bring a big bag.
Yeah, make labels.
Ask as many questions.
Ask questions.
And being fair to others if there's 17 other people in line.
Yeah.
But that's again when you say, I'm going to call you. And do.
Yeah. So. Take selfies, follow them on Instagram. Yeah. Really take your time to appreciate their work and make sure that they're the right fit for you. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Don't leave it hanging.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. That's it for this episode. We'll be back to you soon with more. Thanks.
Thanks.